In February 1730, Ayuba Suleiman Diallo, the son of Solomon, a wealthy, influential Wolof Muslim cleric who lived in what is now Senegal, traveled to the mouth of the Gambia River on Africa's Atlantic coast. Solomon had directed Diallo to trade 2 enslaved Africans to British slave merchants in exchange for paper and other desirable commodities. However, he warned his 29-year-old son not to venture across the Gambia River into territory controlled by the fearsome Mandinka tribe, their long-standing enemies. Shortly after his arrival on the coast, Diallo tried to negotiate a trade with Captain Stephen Pike, commander of the slave ship Arabella and an agent of the Royal African Company, the RAC, a British slave trading firm. When the 2 men failed to strike a bargain, Diallo, ignoring his father's stern instructions, hired an interpreter named Luminon Yoas and crossed the Gambia in search of a more willing trading partner. After making a deal with an African slave trader, he began the difficult 2-week journey back home. During the return trip, Mandinka warriors surprised Diallo and his interpreter, taking them captive and seizing about 20 cattle in their possession. Warring tribes often sold or traded prisoners of war to European slavers for weapons and other valuables, and the new prisoners' heads and beards were shaved so they would appear to be captives taken in battle. Ironically, on February 27, 1730, Diallo and Yoas was sold to Captain Pike, the same man Diallo had negotiated with earlier. Fluent in several African languages and literate in Arabic, Diallo tried to convince Pike that he had been kidnapped and was not a slave. With the assistance of an African interpreter, Diallo promised a lucrative ransom to the captain in exchange for his freedom. Motivated by the possibility of an unexpected financial windfall, Pike dispatched a messenger to inform Solomon of his son's dire predicament.